Key modern railways. In-depth railway news.
So, Mark Upwood, South Western Railway here at Wimbledon Depot. We've launched our new Class 701 train as the Arterio train today. The fleet of Class 701s are going to take over all of our suburban services from London Waterloo into South West London to Surrey and parts of Hampshire. We've chosen to name the trains Arterio, recognising that Waterloo is the beating heart of London, but also, of course, of our South Western Railway network. And the key routes into Waterloo we very much see as the arteries carrying people in and out of central London. So the name Arterio, we think, works well to describe the role of these trains on a network that actually doesn't have much interaction with the London Underground network. So people in that part of London very reliant on South Western Railway. Of course, before the COVID lockdown, we were carrying 125,000 passengers a day into Waterloo, the busiest London terminus by some mile. So the Arterio, I think, is a great name for the train, and we're delighted to have the train now going through the final stages of testing. We'll be training our colleagues on the train through the autumn, enter service hopefully before the end of the year, and it will replace all of our existing suburban fleet, our Class 455s, 456s, the 458s and the 707s. The oldest of those will be taken out of service, the newer of the trains heading off to another train operator.
Okay, so the rollout plan for the Class 701 Arterio trains, first of all, sees us deliver them onto the Reading line, and then they get rolled out progressively across the rest of the network. We're currently going through, as you can see, with test trains to deliver them into service over the coming months. We've obviously got quite a lot of testing and training to get through as well, some upgrades of software and some other areas as well, but yeah, looking to roll them out in the next few months. So the Class 701 Arterio train replaces all of the metro suburban fleets that are based here at Wimbledon Depot, so the Class 458, 455, 456 and 707s. In terms of order, the current order is Class 458s first, followed by 455 and 456 and 707s. However, we've got a sublease with Southeastern coming up for the Class 707s because they're going over to Southeastern, and they are fixed in time, so depending on where the rollout programme actually ends up, it may be that 707s are interspersed within that rollout plan, but the current strategy is to release the 707s last.
So the Arterios, which have been launched today, is the biggest eventual order we've had so far, 750 cars, and follows on from the Crossrail Low Train and Greater Anglia fleets, with West Midlands and C2C still to come. We're now testing them here in the South Western Railway network and looking for passenger service hopefully later this year. Well, the South Western Railway is a real priority for us. We've got 3 production lines at Derby dedicated to SWR. We've built hundreds of cars already, and we're testing them as well on site at Derby, as well as on the South Western Railway network. So it's it's the biggest order we've had. It really is the focus for the next few months.
Yeah, so these trains come with some wonderful new technology. ABDO, assisted braking and door opening, is one of the innovations. So that's all about keeping the trains working together with consistent braking and consistent dwell time. So the train, when the driver selects it, will be able to brake itself into the train station, will be able to open the doors itself and reduce that dwell time right down. Key innovation. One of the innovations is the toilets. So they've got bioreactors on board these trains. So the first new built train in the UK to be specified with bioreactor toilets. What does that do? Well, that allows us to increase the period of time between emptying the toilet tank. So traditionally on older trains, it's anything between 2 or 3 days. We have to try and get it back to a bit of ground equipment. With a bioreactor, it's up to 45 days between emptying. We still have to top the water tanks up for fresh water, but in terms of having to get it back to a specific bit of equipment, it's around 45 days.
Obviously, everyone at the moment wants to really understand what does COVID-19 mean for the railways and our demand? No one really knows the answer to that. I don't like to hear people talking about a post-COVID world as if it's going to be here forever. I think we will find a vaccine, will find better treatments. We're already seeing much better treatments for the virus. So I think in due course we will see passenger numbers bounce back even stronger than they have been. It's worth remembering at the height of lockdown we were down to 4,500 passengers into Waterloo. We're now up to 20,000 nearly in the morning peak. And I expect as the schools come back we'll see further significant growth. At the moment, of course, our customers have an expectation of social distancing, so we very much need that space and that capacity. So these trains are really important. They're really important not just for the capacity and the space they'll bring, but they're important because they'll be more reliable and they will be able to operate as one homogeneous fleet and have much better station dwell time. They have the ability in due course to brake automatically and for the doors to automatically be released at each station. And each few seconds that we can shave off the station dwell time will be really important to delivering that more punctual and reliable journey.
Visit www.keymodernrailways.com for more interesting and essential information about the British Railway Network.